Hey trainers, welcome back to Pokemon Deck Check. I would be Poke Dad. And today I'm without the Dancing Bear because the Dancing Bear goes back to school. So, it's just you and me. We got this though. So real quick, we do have new merch. I'll leave the link in the description. Hoodies, shirts, go Team Poke Dad, not Team Dancing Bear. So, today on Pokemon TCG rotation. We have a Charizard with Green's Search, and I guess kind of the reasoning for the Green Search version is it counters Zekrom pretty well because it's taken a beating right now, folks, from Zekrom Pikachu. So you have to kind of retool it to help that matchup, right? Because it is going to be one of the most popular decks. So this has found a way to definitely compete with the Zekrom matchup. And let's go into that. And then we'll go into some of the tech choices of the other matchup that you need to shore up. You got 4 Volcanion, 3 Charizard, and a Tapu Fini. So, excuse me. So, like I said, it was taking a beating from Zekrom. So, what you can do is you can hit pretty hard with Volcanion if you need to, since you can't really one-shot it with the Charizard. So you can hit it pretty decently with the Volcanion. The Volcanion also helps your matchup against Party Bloom, Blesscephalon, along with Tapu Fini. But don't put too much stock into the when people say, "Oh, just add Tapu Fini and you auto win." There's no way to easily search it out. PokeComp is not a reliable form of search. We've said that many times. And if you go back and look at even some of the different meta forecast videos, the other YouTube channels or other YouTubers comment, PokeComp is not reliable, folks. Right now, where we are with the format, trying to get Tapu Fini, or you saw in our last video, trying to get out the Sneasels. We run 3 Sneasels plus PokeComp, and I wasn't able to get a Sneasel down or a Ditto down until like turn 3. So there's no reliable way to search out basic Pokemon if they're under or if they're over 60 HP, if they're not Ultra Beast, or if they're not Stage 1 GX. So Volcanion's perfect. He's your ideal starter to start accelerating energy. This is not kind of a turbo explosive Charizard deck. It's a more reactive. You're going to react what your opponent's doing, and you have Green Search to kind of grab exactly what you need at that moment. So, as far as versatility, this deck is off the chart. I mean, the only thing that could be more versatile is if you played like Persian GX, you know? So, the greens adds a lot of versatility, and because of that, your matchups improve across the board. And the 2 main matchups that you want to improve are Zekrom and Party Bloom. 4 Custom Catcher, 4 Mixed Herb for healing, 3 Poke Gear, 2 Cherish Ball, 2 Poke Comp, 2 Fire Crystal, 2 Switch, very important, 2 Great Heals, Great Potions, 2 Reset Stamp, and then a Fiery Flint. Okay, so you're playing greens, no reason not to play Custom Catcher, but there's no reason not to play Mixed Herbs either. If something's trying to just soften up your Charizard, you can heal a ton of damage, 90. And then you got Great Potion that can heal another 50, okay? And it also gets rid of condition, so the burn and confuse from Party Balloon, gone. Paralysis, gone from Raichu and stuff. So this deck is tooled to basically beat both of those. Got the switching, so if you are paralyzed, there's another solid option. If you don't have the mixed herbs, you can just switch. You can grab Fire Crystal to get energy back. You can grab Fiery Flint. So if you have a welder, for the following turn. So it works out pretty good that way. Because grabbing 4, then that gives you a for sure attach for turn. And then next turn you can welder plus attach for turn. So Flint is really good. Reset Stamp. This deck is slower. It's not as explosive, not as aggressive, if you will, as like the Drachi version that we have. So you are going to be probably going down in prizes. So Reset Stamp, excellent. This deck is extremely susceptible to Reset Stamp because you're playing a lower draw supporter count, and your main form of draw is the green search itself, and then Welder's kind of your acceleration plus only draw 3. So we'll get into that here in a sec. So 4 greens, 4 Welder, only 2 Cynthia, and 1 Lily. Lily, just in case you get the ideal start. Greens, the heartbeat of the deck. Without greens, the deck's going to struggle. If you get Reset Stamp, you don't really have a good out to dig yourself out of the hole. So if you get Reset Stamp to like 2 or 3, you could be struggling with this deck. But I mean, we're doing everything we can. We've got 2 Cynthia and a Lily, plus 3 Poke Gear 3.0. So that gives us 6 forms of search to try to dig ourselves out of the hole. But I think that's the main weakness of the deck, is its speed and its ability to get hurt by Reset Stamp and recovery. So stadiums, lots of different stadiums here. Power Plant, Giant Furnace, Heat Factory, and then a Shrine of Punishment. That's right, Shrine of Punishment, folks. You have to get the 240. In the aggressive version, Drachi version, we play Garatina to get that 1 drop on Zekrom, because more than likely after you hit into it with 230, they're going to retreat it to the bench and then just probably start using their Raichu. So even if they do that, you can drop the Shrine and get the 3 prizes whenever you need it. And it's easily searchable with greens. So that's the beauty part. Power Plant to slow them down, Dedenes to slow down their setup. Also for Mewtwo, but honestly, this isn't going to slow down the Mewtwo toolboxes too much, okay? The Mewtwo toolboxes run at least 4 to 5 stadiums. So don't put too much stock into, oh, I'll just tech in Power Plant and shut off the Mewtwo decks. Once again, it looks good on theory and paper, but they're going to bounce the stadium on their turn. You can almost guarantee that. And if they don't, then they probably have a bad setup anyways, in which you're probably going to win the matchup regardless. So that's it for stadiums. We're in a format where there's lots of really good options as far as stadiums. It's definitely going to be a stadium war. We got 4, 8, and only 11. Only 11. We do have green search to grab the flame crystal to get back 3, and there's 2 flame crystals, so we can get back 6. So if you count 11 here plus the 6, so 17 energy. That's more than enough, folks. That's more than enough. So you're going to be accelerating them with Volcanion, and you can easily recover them. So good stuff. This deck is tooled to beat Zekrom, but Blaziken can still be difficult. The Tapu Fini is not a reliable answer. It's nice to have it, and when you do get it, you're probably going to win. But you have to hope to draw into it. And even if you bench it, the Blaziken player is just going to custom catcher it up and knock it out straight away. So it's not a reliable answer. I think your best option is to just kind of go into a Volcanion versus Naganadel war. If Blazefon's having to spend a lot of energy to knock out Volcanions. It's only getting one prize, and that's not what it wants to be doing. It wants to be knocking out Charizards. So I think it just depends on how you play the matchup. The more you test that specific matchup, I think it starts leaning towards the Volcanion Charizard rather than Party Balloon. So I think you take a hit, though, to the decks that are inherently a little slower, mainly like Malamar decks, are going to give this deck problems. Volcanion cannot beat Malamar. Okay? It can't one-shot it. Malamar can one-shot it. So you are taking a very bad matchup against Malamar, either the Giratina Garchomp or the Ultra Necrozma version. So you can't tech to beat everything. Okay? You have to think about what is going to be the most popular going into the format. Okay? And the answer is Zekrom will, above and beyond, be the most popular. And I think across almost every age group. Seniors, they're knuckleheads. They may not play it, but definitely juniors, masters. So it's tooled to beat Zekrom. So Blazefont, I think it's maybe, depending on how much you test the matchup, I think this is 60-40 in its favor. And then it's just it's gonna struggle against Malamar. And what had it going for itself against Malamar was how aggressive you can with the Drachi, and you can just go, 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 go. But now that it's kind of a slower, more reactive, you have to think about it. When you play greens, you're in a reactive state of mind rather than proactive. So you constantly feel like you're having to counter what your opponent's doing. So. But that's it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed. Sorry the Dancing Bear's not here, but we get through it. We're okay. We're okay together, right? And until next time, be excellent to each other. And don't forget to party on, dudes.